The time I was chased by a serial killer. Los Angeles had a serial killer back in the 80s and early 90s that they called the Southside Slayer. And I had the misfortune of running into him one night when I got off work. My car had broken down and I was taking the bus home. This particular night, the bus stop, it was dark. For whatever reason, the street light had went out, and it was across the street from a supermarket. But there was very few cars in the parking lot that night, which was kind of crazy because there's usually people around. And I was sitting at the bus stop, and this guy comes by in this truck, and he asked me, did I want to ride? And I was like, no, thank you. I'm good. The bus will be here soon. And so I read a lot at the time, and I had a book with me. And although I was reading my book in a dim light, I was still looking around at my surroundings. So I noticed the guy pull up half a block up the street, parked, and I saw him get out of the truck and walk back to the bus stop where I was. So he walks back, he says, well, I'm going to sit here with you until the bus comes because you're out here by yourself and nobody's around and I don't want anything to happen to you. So at this time, I wasn't alarmed. I mean, I wasn't really threatened. So he sat there, we were having a conversation. In the middle of the conversation, he let me know where I ate lunch that day. And that's when I panicked. And he went on to tell me, you shouldn't be sitting out here by yourself. And I was like, well, yeah, things happen, and I don't live far. By this time, the bus comes, and I'm relieved. So I get on the bus, thinking that's the end of that. Take the bus to my stop. Now, when I got off the bus at the first stop, I could either walk a few blocks home or wait for the next bus. It was 9:30 at night. I'm tired. I really don't want to walk. So I decided I was just going to wait for the next bus, which should have come, in a little while. So I'm getting ready to sit at the bus stop. And I look up, and here's the guy. He had followed the bus to the next stop. The bus was gone, and nobody was around. I just started running. I put my purse over my shoulders and I ran. I ran through alleys. I ran and hid in bushes until I was sure that I had ditched him. So the last place that I hid, I think it was like in an alley, but it was like I was covered with bushes, and I was in the bushes for a minute. And when I realized that maybe he was gone, that's when I headed home. So when I got home, I didn't even bother to take my key out of my pocket. I lived with one of my aunts at the time. And so I just started banging on the door for open the door. It's like, auntie, open the door, please open the door. So when I got inside, she asked me, what's wrong? I was like, this guy was chasing me. And she was like, what do you mean? She's like, what? Okay. She was asking me questions, and she was like, what did he look like? And I was explaining that he had a baseball cap on his head and described the truck that he was in. And she said, come here. So we were sitting there watching the news, and there was a drawing of the man that had chased me that night. He had killed like 7 women, and I guess I was going to be number 8. And I think all the blood just drained from my face. And I was like, oh my God. So my aunt was like, you got to call the police and report it. So I called the police and reported the area that I saw him and what happened. I don't know what happened after that, because by that time I decided I was going to move in Orange County with another aunt. And that's a whole different story after I got there. I'll have to tell that story too. But yeah, that's the night that I ran from a serial killer.